Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're going to be looking at Combat Mission Shock Force 2 with the new DLC, which has just launched actually a few hours ago. And so we're going to sort of be doing a deeper dive into this incredible game. Actually, it's an amazing game. The Combat Mission it just covers so much of what can sort of go on in modern warfare, I guess. I mean, all the way from World War II all the way through. There's so many different titles in what they actually then go and do. At the moment, with this new DLC coming out, the actual base game is a little bit cheaper. You can get the by Combat Mission Shock Force 2 complete bundle for 30% off. It's not cheap, like it's actually a niche game. So it's sort of one of these things where if you're into combat, in detailed form, this is actually a really, really good title. Like, all of the titles are fantastic. The way it sort of works with the game as well, like, people may sort of look at some of the games and think, oh, they came out, like 15 years ago or something like that. Whenever there's a update to the engine updates all of the games, and that's really, the engine is the key to everything in any of the Combat Mission games. And so pretty much all of the modern versions of the games, even if they've been out for a long time, have got the updated engine all the time sort of coming back into it. So, and that brings all sorts of extra little bits and pieces into the game. The new one that we've got through here, this battle pack. Now, I've got all of the different DLC in here. So all of the bundle for everything is 20% off at the moment as well, just because of this particular release. The battle pack itself, it's funny because I'm so used to battle packs being new units, like having other units to play with, and I was sort of thinking, oh, that'd be pretty cool, like to sort of have a selection of different forces to throw into it. And there's sort of that in this, but it's actually not that at all. It's what it really focuses in on is platoon level battle, even squad level battles, which is really, really amazing. I actually really like this. Hi, Chimapa, hope you're all doing well, and hello, Cthulhu Kitty. This pack actually adds a lot of tiny and small combat into the actual game itself, and there's something that I prefer playing these games that way, with very, very limited forces. So I tend to play these games with the random map generator, but with this, what they've actually brought out in Battle Pack, it sort of allows you to play like small engagements in a cool way. So anyway, I thought I've only had the actual Battle Pack here for about an hour and a bit, but already I'm very, very impressed with what I'm seeing. So I think before we get into it, I will just go through and show you what's actually inside the Battle Pack. It's probably easier to do it from here rather than anywhere else. So, what does it do? So extends the Modern Warfare sandbox. Now, I should just point out, the Shock Force 2 is based in 2008, and it's sort of based on essentially an invasion of Syria. So we've got all sorts of different forces. Now, there are also, it says, small-scale engagement set in the turbulent aftermath of a hypothetical NATO invasion of Syria is sort of what the premise actually is in 2008. So it's fairly modern, probably the most modern of the combat mission forces that we have to play with. I mean, you then go back from there to Cold War, and then you start to go back even further a little bit as well. Actually, I think there's, I think there's an Afghanistan version as well. I may be wrong about that. Anyway, there's a lot of different sorts of combat mission games, so you can sort of almost pick and choose the era that you like. And the really interesting thing about Shock Force 2 is that it's really asymmetric in terms of, you've got like very, very high quality forces like the US or like the British forces, things like this, where they've got like all the high tech equipment, and then you've got insurgents, which are essentially just they've got car bombs and stuff like that. And that's actually one of the things that has come in this particular version is car bombs and IEDs and things like this. So it's actually it makes playing as the insurgents now a bit more, or a bit more of a viable option. Or actually not just a bit more, a lot more. In fact, this one does provide you with ways of playing fairly well in that sort of capacity. So we have 4 campaigns that come through to it. The Hornet's Nest, a US, you'll see that's mainly platoon level. So a US Army platoon operating in downtown Damascus discovers that a routine mission has escalated into a deadly trap. So you've got sort of like multiple small missions here, to actually sort of play with this one through here. And I keep on saying it's small. I love that. I wish more games would actually focus on the minutiae, like the minutia. The minutia, that would be the correct word. Depending on where you're from, I guess. And actually put these small missions together. It's really, really cool. The Bitter Enders, so a US task force methodically clears a heavy fortified urban stronghold held by regime loyalists. Probable cause, a US Special Forces deploys into rugged mountain terrain to locate and dismantle a hidden IED manufacturing operation. An inglorious footnote, so Syrian defenders at an airbase brace for a final desperate stand against overwhelming odds. And so this is an insurgent, this is actually, I think it's insurgent versus insurgent, which again is interesting. Like you've got sort of like competing warlords. So you play sort of more, like it's just going to be purely infantry in this particular version. You've then got 7 standalone scenarios as well, a diverse set of engagements ranging from insurgent rage to vulnerable, on vulnerable mortar positions to neighbourhood militias clashing over humanitarian aid, offering varied tactical challenges and replayability. So again, there is actually sort of strong replayability in the way that these missions have been set up. There's also 5 master maps for scenario designers. I have never tried building a scenario in combat mission, so I'm not sure exactly how that works. I did actually open it up to have a quick look to see if I could see what the maps look like, but I couldn't find. I'm not familiar with the editor, so I couldn't find a way to just quickly open up the map to sort of be able to show that. Anyway, that's sort of where we are with it. So there's no, well, I guess the thing that really does come into it is the IEDs. The IEDs is the new stuff, like whether it be car bombs or actual IEDs. So I think I'll start there and actually just go through how to sort of like, what these new things actually are in the game, and then we'll start a campaign, I think, and sort of play our way through that. I'll just minimize that one, and I think I've still got it open. Yeah, I do. All right, so if we go back into battle, into this particular one through here. Now, what you can do with the with sorting out your combat areas is to actually have the battle size ascending, and so you see through here anything with AM means it's come through this particular scenario. Actually, also I just point out the other DLC that I've got installed is I've got. In fact, I'll just go back out and have another quick look at what they all are, because I forget exactly what they all actually do. Yeah, we've got Marines, British Forces and NATO Forces. So they're the other DLCs that I've actually got in through this other side. The Battle Pack doesn't add anything. It just really adds to the original combatants in the actual game itself. But you do now sort of have, there's a whole lot of different things you can then bring into the actual game itself. So I'll just go back into the game. And so this is actually a vehicle-based tutorial on just how to sort of use the these IEDs inside the actual cars, with some, a couple of bombers driving a small car. And you can see down the bottom through here, it's actually, all the other ones are sort of like fairly meaty. Like that's the base game. That'll be Marines, British Forces, then I think this will be the NATO Forces back in through here. And so you end up with these sorts of like different aspects, like this one here is the Dutch Forces versus Syrian back in through this other side, etc., etc. So there's a heap of stuff in through this other side, but the new one is just literally more focused on the insurgents to a large degree, but in small platoon level game of platoon level fights. So the first little tutorial here just goes through how to use car bombs. This is fairly basic. You just literally just drive them into targets, and then they'll just blow up when they sort of think that there's a good target. But I will actually play this one. I did actually do this one, but I wanted to sort of show the IED tutorial. This is actually a short demonstration of IED use, red versus blue AI only. So this is essentially just a tiny little map. You can see that there's sort of smaller ones. Now we do actually have a few other sort of smallish battles as well in the meantime, but a lot of these AM ones you'll sort of find are all basically back out in the sort of like the small and tiny sort of range. So all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I think on the next page there's the last one. So Neighbourhood Vendetta back in through here, where it's sort of like a large insurgent versus insurgent aspect as well. Hi Began, how you going? And so Pinocchio has watched 55 consecutive streams. That's incredible. That's great. Wow, that's actually really, really impressive. Actually, that's that's a lot of time. I mean, it's a lot of streams that are coming up. Sorry, I just needed a coffee today. I don't normally drink coffee first thing in the morning for me, but today I did sort of just felt like I wanted it. And so they're all compressed up into this sort of small little area. To just cancel and show you the campaigns as well. So all of the AM stuff, all of this new stuff is all compressed up into tiny little platoon level fights. So you've got this one here is Syrian defenders of an airbase make a stand. So this is one where you do play as the insurgents. So that's a whole campaign based on them. Probable cause, so US Special Forces hunt down an insurgent IED factory. So you've got, like, again, it's just a small platoon. Tiny campaign. This one here is the US Combined Arms Forces mop-up regime holdouts in the city of Harabesh. And so this one again is just a small map that you're playing on, and then the Hornet's Nest. So it means that the games play very, very fast in comparison to some of the other ones. Like some of the other ones in through here, you've ended up sort of like you're really commanding sort of like companies or like and higher. So you end up with sort of like with a many units to sort of control. Whereas these, you're just really controlling just a handful. And again, I really like that. Personally, I prefer to play these sorts of games that way, where every little bullet matters. Anyway, we'll go back out because I do want to show the IED tutorial, because it sort of, I think it just gives a bit more of a perspective on what does go on. Sorry, that's battle size ascending. Where is it? Yeah, this one here. So we'll just go and fight it. This is very, very quick. So we have to play as red. If we play as blue, it says we can play this way, but in reality, you really, like, the whole idea is that you do it this way. The blue player is essentially the American forces, and I'll just play. I prefer playing combat mission on the original way of playing it, which was the turn-based WeGo system, where you play a minute at a time. So you have to give all your orders, and then they play it out. I've never played it on real time, just because I'm so used to playing it on the turn-based version. So we'll just go and click on OK. And so we'll just come back through. I won't bother reading. I've already done this one earlier, but we've got 2 strikers, which are coming down a road, and we've got 2 trigger men, which are the actual people that actually then sort of operate the IEDs. And one thing I really love about this is that they've sort of done all of the various maps and stuff. So the two strikers are going to be moving down through here. So the blue force is moving down towards where we have IEDs already set up on the road. The trigger men have to be able to see the IED, so they can't move back into another building away from the operation. But let's just go and click on OK. And so this essentially is the IEDs that we have. So we've got the first IED down through here is just a cell IED, and then we've got this one here is a large wired IED back on the road there. Now, the American forces are back over this other side, and so they're going to be moving down the road. What we don't want to do is spook them. So in this case, we've got the 2 trigger men. One trigger man is back over through here. Actually, they do swap around a little bit in the position, like other times the other time I tried this one. But he can see, if we just sort of scroll down a little bit, so we can sort of see his level. He can see that particular one through there. So he's trigger man 1, and he's operating this cell IED back in through here, and so he has the IED trigger this other side. What we don't want them doing is actually targeting anything in particular. So what we're going to do here is just go into the target arc and just make it tiny. So we're just going to go from there to there, just so that he won't actually target anything in particular. And so that just stops him essentially from firing. And the same thing here, this is trigger man number 2, and trigger man number 2 is in control of the wire IED. So they've got it like a certain distance. I forget what it is, like it's 100 meters or something like that. But anyway, this is a long way away. If we wanted to find out how far that was, I can put on the target arc, and we can see there it's only 60 meters away. But again, I don't want him firing at anything, so I'm just going to go and set him up so he's just sort of looking at a smallish area down through there. So that stops them from firing, essentially, other than anything sort of coming back in through this other side. Back over here, we have a few other different forces that we can actually sort of make use of. So we've got like a group in through here. This is a second team, which is a group of combatants. These are just armed with a selection of different types of rifles and things. So these are just essentially the insurgents, like an insurgent band, all sorts of different clothing, etc., etc. So they're all over the place. What we're going to do here is actually go and move them into one of these buildings, and just so that they can sort of start to help with the assault once the IEDs are triggered. So I'm just going to go across and give them an order. So this is like the first phase I'm going to get them to move fast out to here, and then I'm going to tell them to just move into the building. And I'm just going to, so I click on the building and I'm going to keep them on the ground floor. And at that point, I'm going to tell them to hide if we can. Actually, we'll just go into special, and we'll just go and hide. And so they're going to essentially just not try to trigger anything just yet. We'll wait until we actually can trigger this one. This is the command group back in through this other side in through here. So this unit, which is in command of everything. There's nothing really for us to do there. So I think what I'll do is I might just get them also to move out. So I'll just tell them to move quickly. So this is B. You get used to the keyboard commands fairly quickly. Move quickly to that area there, and then move into this house. I'll just keep them on level 1 as well, and I'll also just tell them to hide. I think H, yeah, H is hide. So that's going to do them. And then we've got this group here as well, which is, and I'll be wanting them to rush out to this building here and then move in and hide as well, if they can get there in time. So we'll just, what we don't want to be doing is having the strikers actually see these guys at all. So I could rush into this building even. Yeah, let's rush into this building here, or even this building here. If we do that, they may be seen. So we'll just go fast again. So we'll just go and go to fast into here, and then we'll just go into move, which is just the N key. N for move. We'll stay on level 1 and we'll hide there as well. So they'll move in slowly once they actually get to the actual buildings themselves. And so that's all we need to do to sort of set this thing up. So we've sort of got like a whole range of different sorts of stuff now happening with this particular mission. Now we can't see anything. I also can control the actual IEDs. And so they also, if we go back into the, well, we can move them around, but we do actually have targeting. And so I'm going to wait until we can start to see things before we do anything else. So we'll just end our turn here. Our guys will come charging out of their buildings. These guys will start to come down the road. So we can see both strikers now. We're now in this phase when it's playing through the time. We can't do anything else in here other than just basically to watch what goes on in that 1 minute. They get to those crossroads there. They're now evaluating. So hopefully they won't see us. If they see us, it's basically game over for this mission. So I don't have to move these guys in. I probably shouldn't have. So they're sort of slowly moving in. Now we've seen both strikers here, and we've still got 23 seconds. These will just sort of get into position and then hide away. They're not firing on us, so I don't think they've sort of spotted us. I should have hidden this unit. All right, so that's the first phase. So again, this is just a tutorial, but it's a tiny little groups, which is really, really good. It means you can play very, very quickly. So we now, I just ended the turn, and so we've now got 9 minutes left. Now what I can do is I can actually now target using these. I can go in and go to target, and I'm going to target the second striker here. So that IED is going to be triggered from the trigger man, if he can see it, to then blow this thing up. The next one that we actually have in through this other side, I'll just go and click on it and target the first one. So these will then blow these up as like, you know, our trigger man here will actually, if once he sees the guys coming this way, he will then sort of trigger those in through that side. I will not let these guys fire just yet. So I'm just going to, they are hidden. So they are hiding at this point in time, which I think means that they won't fire. What we might do is I might just go back to the target arc here as well and just make a tiny little target arc. Actually, I can do the target armor arc and make it really, really small. So I might just do that with each of these, just so that we don't actually go in and target the actual armor, so that these actually don't start firing. Just do it that way. All right. So we'll end our turn here. Now this one here, I can actually go to special and just tell him to hide. So I'll just get him to hide as well. Yep, he's down. I think he can still see what's going on, even from that position. So here comes the striker. hits this area. Kaboom. So that's now sort of been hit. These guys have spotted what's going on. And there's sort of like there was little crosses on the road here. The next striker should have orders to keep on moving down as well. So they have different orders to move. Let's just see what actually happens here. Oh, look at these guys all coming out. Oh, he was hidden and he didn't spot it. Okay, that's interesting. And they're now firing at this guy. So we blew this one up too late. And this one here we missed it all because this one was hiding. If I had it just kept him where he was, that would have blown up. So I failed that one, basically. Anyway, I won't keep on going, but that's actually how you use the IEDs. The vehicle-based IEDs are literally just they're quite simple. Let's just go and Alt-Q and just go back out of that particular one. So that was a bit of a fail. So anyway, it's interesting. So if we go into a campaign, let's just play out one of these campaigns. I think I'll play as like we've got US Special Forces hunt down an insurgent IED factory. Let's just start with this one. It's tiny. We'll just go to fight. Keep it all these levels in through here. So we end up having the briefing. So in this case, coalition forces, coalition success in toppling the old Syrian regime has created a power vacuum that the Syrian Traditional Authority, STA, is struggling to fill. Although the STA has a firm grip on the major population centres, large areas of the country have fallen under the control of local bandits, criminal gangs and regime holdouts. So it's a lot of the insurgents are warlords. Attempting to stitch all these elements together into a coherent resistance movement is the Syrian insurgency. So in the area around Tadmur, so back in through here, in central Syria, the abandoned battlefields are being exploited by local salvage gangs. Although these gangs are technically under contract to sell any weapons and ammunition they scavenge to the STA's Tadmur governorate, in recent weeks the amount of material being turning up has dried up, despite salvage activity continuing apace. At the same time, IED attacks and bandit ambushes on the highways running through Tadmur have increased. So coalition intelligence believes the insurgent forces have co-opted the salvage operations in order to secure a new supply of explosives for IED construction, simultaneously encouraging and enabling local banditry in order to sabotage stabilisation efforts and increase pressure on the security forces. You never see any other combat mission games done like this. Like this is almost like if they put partisans into the combat mission, the other combat mission games. It's very much we're now talking about warlords and bandits, that we're actually now fighting against with very, very small forces. So mission, as coalition and new Syrian army forces are too thinly stretched to conduct large-scale clearing operations of the area. ODA 6136, C Company, 1st Battalion, so 6 SVG has been detailed to conduct. So we literally are just a platoon out of a much larger force to conduct sporting operations against insurgent assets in the Tadmur governorate. Coalition intelligence believes the most effective targets to disrupt insurgent operations are 1. Insurgent enforcers, 2. IED factories, and 3. Local banditry and salvage gang personnel and infrastructure. What else do we have? So friendly forces, the ODA 6136 has been operating inside Syria since the early days of the invasion, supporting the coalition air campaign, land invasion, and hunting surviving elements of the regime. So we're sort of essentially special forces. All we consist of is 1 2-man HQ team, a 2x2-man fire support team, a 2x2-man JTAC team, a 3-man sniper team, 4 Humvees, which is what we're going to be operating in, and then we have a Raven UAV as well. So I don't think we get to use that in this first mission. I opened it up before. I didn't see the UAV in there, so the drone. So local area security is provided by rapidly formed new Syrian army units of dubious quality, although these assets are supported by coalition artillery and close air support. ODA 3136 will be operating independently for this operation. There will be no resupply or replacements. Enemy first forces, so Tadmur's banditry and salvage gangs are lightly armed, poorly trained and poorly motivated by conventional standards, but still present a significant threat to a Humvee, a 12-man ODA. So both types of groups make extensive use of pickups and technicals. So technicals is sort of like a truck that's sort of been decked out for combat to traverse the deserts and mountain passes. Bandits typically conduct raids and ambushes, integrating IEDs, dismounts. Now IEDs can be vehicle-based IEDs like car bombs, dismounts and vehicle-mounted heavy weapons to rapidly overwhelm the target, loot the wreckage and then escape. So coalition intelligence suggests that clearing houses for loot and salvage equipment exist in the Jabal Abu Rajmadorn mountains north of Tadmur. So that would be these mountains through here. So that's probably where we're going to end up in this campaign, I would guess. Although surveillance assets are too busy elsewhere to confirm this, insurgent enforcers coordinate with the locals, are likely to pose as regime elements. So it's going to be sort of all over the place. Plan. The ODA will observe salvage activities northeast of Tadmur and track salvage gang elements back to their places of operations in order to locate IED manufacturing infrastructure and possible insurgent enforcers. If HVTs, the ID factories and other infrastructure are identified, ODA 3136 will call in fires to destroy them. So we just have to get into a spotting range essentially to be able to then sort of do a bombing run. Once targets have been destroyed or none have been found, the ODA will return to Tadmur. So it's quite a different sort of game, isn't it? Like in terms of what you sort of see with combat mission, which I really, really like. Let's just get into it. Now, usually we'll have like a tactical map that we can actually have a bit of a look at. So we'll see if they do start that way. There we go. So Pierce is saying, all right, the classic insurgent Toyota pickup truck. Yeah, so we now have a tactical map. So it's still got the same situation. So ODA 3136 has left Tadmur, heading east on Highway 32 with the intention of turning north. So we're sort of heading down this road through here. 3 kilometres ahead, a convoy carrying humanitarian aid to Homs has just suffered an IED strike and come under fire from a compound to the north. So we've got a compound that's going to be our target. ODA 3136, so that's our platoon, has already raised the alarm and the Tadmur QRF is on the way, but the lead elements are still 5 minutes out and the ODA is the only unit in position to react quickly. Mission: ODA 3136 will provide an immediate response to the ambush. Previous experience of bandit attacks suggests that they will disengage at the first sight of resistance. Any stay-behind elements or dismounts unable to escape in time will need to be cleared from the ambush compound. So we have to go through the compound. Touch, so respond to ambush, 50 points. So as long as we can sort of get into the ambush, and then we have to occupy the compound after we sort of clear it, after we respond to the actual ambush. Friendly forces, by the way, I should point out, combat mission has got like 2 phases of playing it. There's actually a way to play it where you, like us, who are just playing it as gamers, but there's another level of it as well, which is actually set up, because it sort of models morale and things, they actually use it to help train NATO forces in sort of like in leadership, which is actually really, really cool. And so we're sort of playing like a dumbed down version of something that's really quite professional. So anyway, I think it's just amazing. Anyway, friendly forces. The convoy is manned by new Syrian army troops and consists of trucks interspersed with DSCHK armed technicals. They are not only poorly armed and undertrained, but already in the ambush kill zone with losses after the IED strike at the head of the column. So yes, the combat is made by new Syrian army troops. So this is our friendly forces. Consists of trucks interspersed, with technicals. We'll see them when we get in there. So the ODA 3136 is 3 kilometres behind the convoy, roughly 3 minutes away along the highway. The lead elements of the Tadmur QRF will arrive in 5 minutes, consisting of a platoon of NSA troops mounted in BTRs. So that's interesting. So that is interesting. So enemy forces. The enemy is likely to be a mobile bandit force. Expect technicals with a range of weaponry and potential dismounts armed with lighter weapons. Levels of training, experience and motivation are likely to be well below Western standards, but almost everyone will have received some training as conscripts, plus recent refresher training and potential combat experience during the coalition invasion and aftermath. The bandits have previously demonstrated a sensible inclination to disengage from contact with coalition forces before they can be overwhelmed. So ODA should race to the aid of the convoy as fast as possible and take steps to secure the immediate area. However, this is not the ODA ODA's mission. It is there. It's not intended to go toe-to-toe with enemy forces. Avoid becoming decisively engaged. Take steps to contain any stay behind elements, but let the Tadmur QRF close with and destroy them. So the tactical map is then going to sort of show what's happening. So we're behind where they are. We've got an ambush that's happened in here with a convoy. So that's like a truck symbol through there with the NATO symbols. These are sort of mech forces, mech infantry forces that we actually control. And then we've got unknowns in around this sort of area through here. So we've got like an unknown area in front of us, which is actually a little bit of a concern. But I think we'll just sort of rush through and just sort of see where we can actually get to. Looks like we've got a road that leads off down this way, and we've got different areas back into this other side as well. Let's just, now support available. We do actually have a drone, and we also have the QRF platoon as well. But the ETA for that one is still some time off, 5 minutes. So that's us. This is the 5-minute delay before they actually arrive. All right, let's get into it. So they did say we have to touch the area. So if we go and have a look and see what the map is, if I start to press the number keys, so this is actually looking straight down, number 7. So you've got the big long road through here. Now we did sort of see that there was potential enemy in this little area through here, so we're going to be a little bit careful of that. We are aware of some technicals, possibly, like some insurgent technicals back out along this particular area. There's the compound that we're going to ultimately have to go and close with, and there's more over this other side. This is the convoy down through here. Let's just go and press number 2, so we can now sort of see what's happening into this other side. We can see there that an IED has exploded, and so the first technical that's there with the Syrian forces has been, like the friendly Syrian forces, has been destroyed. And so we've got all these aid trucks now sitting on the road. We do get to control them. There's another technical back and through that other side. So these ones can fire against the insurgents, but these are very, very poorly armed. So we can sort of make, like, this is like, we've got 25 minutes to fulfill this whole operation. So we can see there that there's really like a lot of enemies that are probably going to be behind berms. Yeah, there's a berm there where they can sort of sit behind to do the ambushing. So they actually are in behind this area, look, controlling the battlefield essentially from this particular range. And we should expect that there'll be some inside there as well. And then there's another berm over here where there's more forces. So they're sort of in like a hull down position with their technicals. And our guys over here really have to get across this berm as fast as they can. Now there's so they're going to be they're sitting ducks at the moment. What I might do is I might just get all of our armed technicals to try to get across that berm as fast as possible. So I'm just going to go and grab these and just give them orders to sort of leave the compound and get across to here. So I'm just going to go and give, now the orders we've got is we've got fast, we've got quick, and so it doesn't really tell us, I don't think, what these all do. Move is then move sort of slowly and look around. Fast is the fastest movement you can do. And so I'm just going to go and move into here. So I'm going to go and speed across to there. And then we actually have like then we've got combat abilities back and through that side. We've got specials back and through there. I do actually have hide, and I've got, actually the special we should be able to do facing. I meant to look up hull down. I always get confused about how to use that one. If we go to the actual, these technicals as well, so it's got no damage yet. There are small arm fire. It's a bit hard to sort of see this, but this column here has got like the front, so against like smallish forces, well, the front there, doesn't matter where we get hit, we're screwed. Even bullets are going to actually destroy this one. So the facing doesn't really matter that much, but I do like to try to sort of get into like a facing. Oh, there we go, there's face there. I just wanted them to sort of be facing back out this other side. Actually, I'll just go and do that again. Face. Oh, hang on. That's facing right from the start. Actually, that's not a bad thing to do. If I just go and click on that and then click on face, there we go. So we'll just go and face them out. So I'll do the same thing here. So face is G, because G and facing are, that's the way it works. We're just going to go into B and go fast in through here again as well, just behind this berm. And then from there, we're just going to right click on that one and just go back to G again and just face back over the front there. And so we've got another one back in through this other side. So, and we'll just try to get all the trucks off the road as well, and just get them out of danger. So we'll again, we'll just go to G, face the direction we want to be travelling. I don't know if the trucks could make it across the berm easily. Anyway, let's just go and go to B, and then click on that one, G, and just turn our facing, so we're facing back out this other side. Of course, we're going to be screwed if there's any insurgents out in this area of the desert. These guys here, we can actually do the like with movement, we can reverse as well. But I think I'm just going to tell them to just move fast over the like away from the actual from everything that's going on. Actually, if we just go back and just press G, so we do have a bit of an advantage with just changing all of these things. What I can do actually is it looks like they're all part of a group. You can see that they're all highlighted. So I'm just going to go and double click that, and then just go and do the G there, and I'm just going to tell them to race across. So I'm just going to tell them to go fast, which is B. So I've got them all selected. If I go Alt P, I can then see all of the paths for everything. So that's going to be what this one does. Now they're going to sort of get in each other's way a little bit. I might just change this one actually a little bit over here. So let's just go and press backspace, and with all of them selected, that's going to then sort of wipe out that one. We'll just go B, and then we'll just get even further away if we can. This group here, I'm just going to go press backspace again, and again we'll just try to stay away from what's going on. So we'll just go to B and just try to get these things out of here if we can, and then get them further away as well. That way we can just at least sort of play with what's going on. These three trucks here, so we'll have them that they've all skidded to a halt. They have to try to get away from these guys. So we'll just go into G again, down this way, and then B, get across, and then move across down this way as well. All right, hopefully that will be okay. This particular truck, I can go to individual trucks here and just go and click on areas. Whoops, hang on, that's doing the back end one there. I can just move these out of the way a little bit. Similarly with this truck here. Just move it out of the way slightly. That one should be okay, but I'll just, again, just tweak it just so that we're actually, you do have to be fairly specific with what you do in this game. In fact, what I could do here is actually go and change this one just so it's a little bit more this side. And same with this one, just so we're picking the gaps between everything that's actually going on. And that one there, just move it across. So those waypoints, hopefully they will get across that berm, and then they'll be able to get into a hold down position themselves. In the meantime, let's go back to our actual forces. So if we just go back across, double click, and actually just press 7. One little tip if you're playing the game is like the 7 keys will allow me to move quickly through the map, and then I can sort of like press 3 to then go and have a look to see what we've actually got into here. And so these are the Humvees that we actually have. So we've got the different groups now through here. Now we have to move quickly down to actually give support to that particular group. So this is our actual platoon. So very, very limited forces, which again is really, really cool. So it's I really like this, I gotta say. So I'm just going to double click that, which means we select all of the different units. The tip I was going to give you is that if you are pressing, actually one thing I did do is Alt W puts really ugly shadows on the map. So I'm going to turn that off. When the sun is low, like this, Alt W will then just get rid of the shadows. So I'm turning them off because it's just, like I've got an AMD card, and I think NVIDIA does a better job of the shadows in this game, but AMD doesn't. So I'm just going to keep them turned off. You can see also there's a big difference then in the actual textures as well when you're down low and in close. As I start to come back up, you can see it more sort of clearly there. So we're only sort of getting the textures that are fairly sort of close away from where we actually are, which is fine, and we can still see what's going on. All right, so we're going to now press F, and I've got everything ramped up to maximum. I didn't mean to show actually that we're in version 4 of the game. So to move these across, I'm just going to go to B and just move these runs quickly down the road. So I'm going to move them all the way up. Now we know that there was supposed to be some problems back in through here. I'm just going to race past all of this and hope that there's no IEDs on the road. We have to get up to here. So I'm going to go and tell them to move quickly to this position. And you can see there all of the actual individual units have now got movement commands to sort of get to that, get around that area. So we're a long way back. Oh, sorry, another tip. If you're playing on a big map, this isn't so bad, but you can press C, which will then sort of open up the field of view. So you end up with like a field of view which is much wider. I'll keep it off for now, but that can be really helpful. Like if we go up and we're sort of in the middle of something, I won't do it now, but if we were in the middle of something there, we could actually end up with needing to check what's going on with, like, I am here now, so I'll just go and do it. But if I'm sort of like trying to figure out what's going on in an area, and I can still see it because it's so small, but if you're sort of risking losing things, just press the C key and you'll then get that nice field of view. Anyway, let's get our group across. So we've got the oh, hang on, I just do backspace there. I'll just go Alt-P again, so we're only sort of dealing with the individual units. Once we get up close to here, we'll actually then sort of operate. It's going to take them a bit of time to move up those kilometres, so let's just see what actually happens while we're doing this one. I'll try to get, I think if I still got C selected. Yeah, I'll do it this way, just so we can sort of see along the road, just in case we start to see any problems with this group. But let's just watch what actually happens with the with these particular. Actually, I would like to try to get that other group in. Actually, I'll ignore our forces because they'll be there for a fair while. Let's just go this way and watch the watch this one here. So we'll end our first turn. Off they go. Okay, they've been hit. So we lost a few of the trucks. That one has been disabled. These guys have turned around. That's actually good. So all of those are okay. A few of the trucks have gotten away. No, they're still actually being hit. You can see the direction bullets come from. Like, I can always pause it by pressing the escape key and then try to sort of see, like, do they have any forces down in here? We just don't know. But if I press escape again, there we go. So we're seeing it from, I think, from across this other berm in here. So we've got a few trucks have made it away, but a lot of them are now struggling. You can see there's crew now getting out of the actual vehicles themselves. This is where this game models things really well. But all our actual combat forces have made it across this berm. So we should be able to now start to spot. So eventually what they'll do is they'll start to sort of see things. Now you can see they're actually conscripts, and they've got -2 in terms of their sort of skill level, so they're actually not that great. I'll just go back to the actual ammo that they've got. They've got like a heap of ammo. So they will be able to help us a little bit in what's going on, but all of these trucks have been knocked out. So that's knocked out. This one's knocked out. There goes one of the drivers. So this one here is actually still sort of operational. That's all good. In the meantime, our guys are still coming along the road. They're miles away. We'll just keep on watching what happens here with this particular force. Actually, we'll go and get all of the trucks now that are trying to escape. So we're going to just go and press escape again. So there's still 20 seconds left, or 27 seconds left. Yeah, they're being fired at all the way through, like all the way around. They're now moving back. Whoa, there was a rocket. Now that happened at, I can go backwards, and I'll just go backwards again and then just press escape, because we can watch what actually happens here with the rocket. Now we're not seeing them, but we are seeing them. We're seeing this group in through here. So they've got a group on, so their technicals, I love doing this with this game, is just really seeing exactly what they've got. So they've got a rocket in through here. There's no way to play it slowly, unfortunately. It would be really cool if you could. I can go back to the start, but I have to just press escape. Yeah, there we go. They've just fired it. We'll just watch it. There it is there. So that's the rocket. Looks like the RPG is now coming across. Now we are just behind another vehicle here. Let's just, oh no we're not, we're out in the open. Let's just see what actually happens here. Now these are being hit by bullets in the meantime. And so it's now completely been destroyed. And so you can see all the, like everyone that was on the technical has now been sort of has been thrown out of it. So they're basically, well, they've all been killed with that one attack. So they're struggling. So at least we've got a little bit more information. Now we've still got 4 trucks alive, and this one has been penetrated as well. But we do actually have a machine gunner at the back. We're going on the inside there with the troops. Looks like our driver is down, but the others are still actually okay. So they may be able to start attacking, and we do actually have these trucks in between where these are, which is actually good. Let's just press escape. No, they're going to be moving back. There's firing coming from inside the compound, and they're being hit. But these really can't stand up to any sort of fire. Okay, we're now spotting quite effectively what's in this. They've just now lost that vehicle as well. Do we have anything left? We've still got this one here, which is actually doing okay. So they've still got like a full contingent. Have a look inside it. We've got the, oh no, we've only got the driver, who is, that's right. In Australia we have right-hand drive. So I thought there was no one in the driver's seat, but we're talking about the rest of the world here, aren't we? So anyway, back over this other side. Let's just see what we're dealing with, because we're going to lose sight of these once these guys have stopped. So we've got machine gun technical there. We've got a machine gun at the back there, but you can see they've got different equipment as well. This is again really cool in the game. It just sort of models all these different sorts of equipment. So these are sort of like much more light machine gun type things in their technicals. So those technicals we can spot of just machine gun. There's another technical over here that we don't know about, or that we think is there. Back inside the compound, what do we have? So we're getting sort of like information. These guys here are just insurgents with machine guns and rifles. And then back over through here with the technicals that are over this other side, we're seeing machine gun, like a large machine gun, small machine gun, and then we've got the RPG. There was an unknown that was further out, and we're not seeing that anymore. So I think we now have, we sort of now are aware of what's going on. So anyway, that's sort of what we're dealing with at this point in time. Let's just go back to our force and just watch as these sort of things actually, just see what actually happens for the last 3 seconds. If not firing at this one. This one is actually still okay. All right, so see how in that interim, we've now lost sight of all of these. So they're now all question marks. So I'm glad that we got to see what was actually there. So we do actually have like sort of information now on what's going on. These guys are rattled, which means that they sort of stop spotting. They stop doing all sorts of different things. So they're in trouble there with what they have. I don't think we're going to see anything in terms, everything is actually still okay in terms of engine and wheels and the gun itself. So they're all fine. They've got the gunner, the loader, and then the driver. So they're still a full contingent. These guys are getting further away, but we'll need to sort of deal with them. We'll just have a quick look and see that nothing actually happened. I can always just go, we're still in the replay phase, and we're still miles away. So we've got a long way to go. So I'll actually just let them sort of do their thing for the next turn. They'll be picking up momentum, but they've still got a long way to go to get to the actual ambush site. So we'll let them sort of do their stuff. And in the meantime, we'll just end our turn, and the plan is still the plan, but I think I'll try to get these trucks even further away. So I now go into orders phase, and so I can now just go back in, double click, actually that one there. If I just go in and I'm just going to get fast and try to get across to here. So we'll just go to B, get them over that side. This one here is not taking any orders, or is it B? No, I can't do anything there. Why not? Maybe suppressed. Panic. They're in panic mode, so I don't have any control over these guys. They're just going to do their own thing. That one's shaken, and I don't think I can actually do anything with that one either. So I'll just go B. Yep, no, I can't do anything with that one. And so this one here is actually still okay. It's nervous, but still is able to be given orders. So I'll just go B and just get that one right away from the kill zone. These guys here, they're trying to move back. So they've given themselves an order to reverse back into there, which is, I guess it's okay. I might just keep them sort of going, even go even further. So I'll just go and click on reverse and just go and just keep on clicking there. I think actually no, I'll leave it where it is. It's sort of like we're lucky because the RPG is back over this side, but the even bullets can sort of do big damage here. By the way, there is you see we've got a question mark over here again as well. Like there's an unknown unit there. Oh yes, there is. Yeah, so we've got an unknown. That's the that's actually the no, that's a different one. That's the one that we do actually know. So with this one through here, what do we have? We've got the we've got the RPG in the back there. So with the gunner, an SPG 9. We can't see much more detail about that particular one. Anyway, let's go and end our turn here again, because we've still got everyone's sort of doing what they're doing. We're still firing at these things. We're getting penetration. That was an RPG, I think. If we can just go backwards and just see. Oh, there's one there. There goes an RPG, and they've aimed at the driver. It's a waste of an RPG. So they do actually have limited ammo themselves. They're getting away. This thing may get away as well. Nope, it keeps on being hit. We're behind the next berm. Now they're in panic mode, so we're not going to be able to give them any orders. Yeah, this guy's trying to get away. He's in trouble. Just stay behind the berm. You're going to be fine if you stay there. This thing is actually still, no, that's out. That's still being fired on. They will have limited information as well about what's been hit and what hasn't, so they'll be aware of some of the ones that have gone. So there's nothing much that they can do. Now we're getting close to the ambush zone here, and we haven't been, like, nothing's targeted us, so anything that was, any unknowns that were in these areas, we're not seeing them at this stage. So I think we're okay now to start to move in. Let's just go and end this phase. One thing it's you can actually do a save. If you go back into menus and then hotkeys, to save the game, I'm not sure how to do it. But you can sort of save each area. I forgot what the keyboard shortcut is for that. No, I'm not seeing it there. If I press escape, yeah, no, it doesn't do it. And I think that with the hotkeys, the Alt S is not it. That's sound. Yeah, I can't think of what the save the game is. Yeah, I've forgotten what the keyboard shortcut is. Anyway, I'll just read a few of the comments. So Flames of Icarus is saying, I love the technicals. Most games, they look far too cartoony, or they're enclosed like in a Terminator game. Having them look so real, and this is cool. Yeah, it is really, really good. And they've even got little taxis and all sorts of stuff in this one, which is really, really nice. Is the locals always that violent in the Australian outback? Yes. No, of course not. Quick boys, they're getting away, says PS. Well, we sort of want them to, we want to dislodge them from this area. Oh, you mean they're actually, yeah, these guys did get them away at least. So, hi Grayling, how you going? Yeah, I can't remember what the save is, and it's a nice thing to do every so often, just so if you need to come back, you can then sort of go and do it. But I can't think of what that is. I don't think it's Control S. No. No, I can't remember what the actual save command is. I'll have to look it up afterwards, I think. Anyway, so we're now moving, our forces are now starting to arrive, and they're in the Humvees. Probably going to keep them in the Humvees. What I could do is actually open these up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into this other side, going to go to Special and go to Open Up. And so they will now start to open up the top. Like you can see that this one here is not open. And if we have a look at there, we've got the driver and the gunner. So I do want the gunners up to be able to then start to fire. This guy here is actually already out, so he's already been opened up, and so he's actually now just driving across. We've got the driver and gunner there. So this group here is actually our HQ unit. So we've got like a scout unit back in through this other side. they're the ones that will have to start to call things in. So we've got the vehicle itself, plus so we've got the fire support team are driving the Humvee with the HQ unit back in the Humvee itself. I might move the HQ unit into this building so that they can actually spot and sort of keep things going. So let's go and do that. And then we've got the second tier in through here. Now this is being driven by the sniper team, and then we actually have a spotter team there, JTAC team, which we will be wanting to. We probably want to get here for most of these, to be honest. And then we've got so again, I'm just going to unbutton these so that we can open them up. So we've got a driver and gunner there at this point in time, but I'll just go and open up that one as well. It's just we've got firepower, and this one as well. I'm just going to go and open up. Now they're all coming in individually down to this particular area, and so I'm just going to go and grab. I can now start to just tweak these things because it's there's no command delay as such. So this one here is the JTAC team. And I think we'll move everyone across into this other side just so we can start to sort of. So we'll move fast along the road to there. Then I think what we'll do is we'll go into hunting phase, and I should have looked up how to do the hull down. I'm going to move them into hull down over to here. So they're going to just keep on sort of moving across. I could just have them move and fire, but if I hunt, I can stop and then fire on things. So we'll go that way there for that one, and I'll do all of these. I'm just going to go to, if I just right click, I then basically sort of stop that one. If I go to Alt P again, I can then see all of the parts. Hang on. Yeah, so when I click on a unit, I'm seeing all the parts of all the different units. So this is my sniper team, and I'm thinking if they can get some sort of height as well initially, that would be good. So let's just keep these moving up to here, and then we'll get them to also just move down fast down to the back here of the of this building. So we'll just get them down into this zone, and so I'll just keep them sort of racing forward, and I can sort of then get them out of there if we needed to. I can change the facing. Actually, what I might just then do is just do a bit of hunting. So I'll just go back into special. Actually, the movement. Sorry, we've got hunt. And I'll just get them to the corner of this building here. So if they see something, they'll start firing. So I might as well keep the sniper team actually in there until we need to get them out. We also have the spotting team in through there. I won't get them out just yet either. I'll just keep everything sort of going. All right, right click on this one through here. This one is going to ultimately just be like another fire support team. They're just going to be moving into here. I want to get them behind this berm, so I'm just going to go and move them across to here, and then sort of have them then hunt down this other side. I probably really need to get them across this berm pretty quickly, actually. So I might just go fast to the behind the berm, and then we'll just go and change the facing, so that if we just go to G again, I can then just go and change the facing out this way. So that one, at least that'll sort of get into position quickly, and then we have this one here with the commander on board. So I think I'll still move the commander down into this other side. There's actually a fence that runs along here as well, which we can make use of. So we could actually bring the vehicles down, because the small arms fire aren't going to be able to get through the fence. So let's just go and click on this one through this other side. I did a left click, which is something we don't want to be doing in this game. And I'll also this one's ahead of the other one, so I'll move this one faster here. So B, and then we'll just do a hunt there. So that's hunt is U to that corner there, and we'll just stay where we are. I won't get anyone out of the vehicles just yet, so I'll leave them there for one turn, and then we'll just sort of see where we end up. So everyone has now got their orders, so we can sort of see that there's nothing ending up here. They're all moving down into this protective zone. I might have a quick look at this first one and just sort of make sure that we didn't turn that one around. I need to right click to stop them. Did we change the facing? No, the facing is still fine. That's good. All right, let's execute this particular one as well. So we've still got issues this side. This group is panicking. They've still got, the wheels have taken some damage, but the overall, everything is actually still okay with this particular weapon, but they're in panic mode. So they're just going to do their own thing. These guys are panicking as well, so they're just going to drive crazily across the desert. They're shaken. This one here we do still have control over. So I'll just move these back out of right out of the way. So I'll just go B again, just move it out. That one's taken no damage at all. What about these guys? They're okay. That one wheel damage, you can see down through there. And wheel damage, radio damage there. Engine and wheels is fine. So is that radio the first one? No, that's wheels there. So that's different again. Not sure why that's like that one. And that's an HQ unit. That's interesting. So anyway, we'll just continue on. So we'll end our turn here. We should watch what actually happens with these guys now as they get into position. Will there be any insurgents down this way? So they get to that area there, starting to move across. We're now spotting effectively and we're firing effectively. Hit with the weapon mount, that's okay. Front hull hit. We're now getting penetration through here. Let's just watch the whole thing and then we'll sort of play it out a little bit better. Left hull was hit, but these are not going to have any real problem. So we're now penetrating their equipment. And we're now firing across the other side. Okay, let's go back and watch the whole thing here. Just so if we just go back out to 23 minutes. And I can latch onto a unit here. Let's go and latch onto this one here. I forget how I can actually lock it on. Just see if I can actually find the way to do that one again. I'll just go back to the keyboards. Sorry about that. I didn't actually relearn these. Lock camera to unit tab. There we go. Okay, here we go. So I've got a unit lock there, and I can sort of get down and just watch it from the perspective of this unit. So we'll now just go and press escape again. So we're driving along. Here they come unbuttoning and grabbing the weapon. Start to stay. I love this. It's just so detailed. You're now spotting things. Just behind this burn. So still firing. All the dust now sort of being thrown up. Let's just pause it there for a second. We've still got 14 seconds. Let's go and have a look and see what's happening back over this other side now. So we're seeing that there's which direction are they moving? They're getting out of here. So that's a group that's actually had enough. So they're out of there. They will have come from the other side of the compound. So they're trying to run away now, which is what we were told in the briefing, is that they are not going to stay in the fight. It's been wiped out by the looks of stuff. And then there's a group, some of these guys have sort of now moved across. That's another RPG. We didn't see this one. So the RPG has been knocked out. That's useful for us. Back through here, that's been knocked out, but there's still crew members down, so they're down. This one here has just been hit and has been destroyed, and everyone's died in that particular grouping. We still now have unknowns with the insurgents that are back in there. So we've done a good job of those. And back over here, we have unknowns. We do have people on the ground, so some of these will have been hit as well. We can again just have a look to see if there's others that we actually managed to deal with during the course of the actual operation. And so all of our forces have now moved across. If we have a look at the actual weapon, like the machine itself, you can see that there's no damage done here. And if we go back to the armor, you can see that this is actually where each column here shows you the likelihood of getting through. And again, these don't really have any special armor. So there's no. We've got frontal is the first slot. So we've got frontal armor through there. Then we've got the side armor is the next one. The next one is the rear armour, and then the next one is the top, if it's hit from the top. Doesn't matter which direction, small arm fire is going to be very ineffective against these particular vehicles. Next one is we've sort of got like more heavier weaponry there, like large machine guns and things. We'll then sort of do that one. Then we've got like tank rounds, and then we've got the RPGs. So if they do get hit by an RPG, they're in trouble. So I've taken out one RPG. What we might have a look at is just see if we did we see any of this RPG over this side, because this is now the dangerous one. It's funny because we've now got units back there. I'm just going to go back out again for this round and just see if we sort of... Actually, no, they're already there anyway. So I can sort of just move forward again, just in 5-second groups with what we are seeing. So we got up to 15 seconds. Let's just play it from there. We didn't see anything new there. Other than what's going on there. We'll just go and zoom up a little bit and look down and just see if we do sort of do any action back over this other side. This is the dangerous one for us. So I'll just go and press escape. They're moving into the area. We did spot this one. Now if I go to each unit, if I go and click on this one through here, they're aware of things, so they're not really seeing anything in particular. The next one over through here is actually more aware of what's going on. They're the ones that have now spotted this particular one, and we've actually got the bullets now coming in. By the way, the bullets in this game are modelled really, really well. Like they actually drop as they sort of hit areas. So this is probably going to hit the berm, I would guess. So it's not going to be able to hit this one, I don't think. If we have a look at this one, we don't get to see really what the what's the damage is on this one because we've got limited information. So that unit there, so we've done that unit where they don't really get to see much at this point in time. They are seeing that one. This one here is also seeing this one, so they're aware of it. And this one here is also just sort of coming back through. This is the JTAC team, and again they're aware of this one. Now they didn't move off from where they were. Let's have a quick look and see. Everything is fine, so they're actually okay. If they start to take fire, they will actually duck down automatically in a way. Now we may have given them a hunt order. Hunt means that they'll stop when they get to a position. So that's why these have sort of stopped a bit further out. These ones here have sort of got into where they need to be. But what we might do now is just offload the spotter at this point in time. So we'll just go and end in the phase here. We're in the review the action phase. Just want to make sure we're now in the give commands to units phase. Great game, this one. So Slater is saying, who's got the nukes? And IB4, how are you going? Now, just reading, I'll see if any other comments there. I said hi to Railing before, so Pierce is saying, I'm pretty sure the technical is in fact the 90s, 80s and 90s Toyota pickup truck. Is it? I'm not sure. I wouldn't be able to recognise it. So I said hi to B4. Private Joe saying, Pearson, why would you think that? And he's got the nukes. So with the technicals, I can sort of, I don't think I can zoom in. If I press tab, yeah, I can press tab to have a look and see. It's got 4x4 SF2. I don't know if that means anything. They do look, they've got that sort of snubby nose, haven't they? Got their Syrian number plate there. So these guys are getting away from here as fast as they can. So they're on they're escaping. And there's another one there as well that's escaping by the looks of things. So we will start to spot dust as they move away. Let's keep on going. I do want to get behind this berm a little bit with these cars, just particularly because we've still got one RPG that we're aware of back over here, like the next one across. So let's just see what we've got in terms of the firepower. Now we're sort of out in the open here, which means I don't really want this one to do anything. I'm just going to move quickly, so into behind the berm again with this particular group. So we'll just move quickly down into this area, I think. And then we'll just press G and just look out across where that threat actually is coming from. right click to deselect all of the waypoints. This one here as well. Now, I've got the commander here. The sniper, actually, both groups here and the commander could all operate from this compound if we wanted them to. Let's just go back across and just do another quick one into the actual berm. Actually, what I will do is I'll offload, before we do anything there, I'll just go back to the commander. And I forget, we've got open, we've got dismount. So he's going to dismount, and then I'll move him into this building. So if we just go across into move, building, and we're going to go to the roof, and then we're going to hide. So I'm just going to press H. So actually that's going to be the dismount there, dismount and hide into that particular building there. I'll do the same, actually I think I'll do the same with all of these now. So we'll just go back in, we'll move into this building here on the roof. Actually that's not, I just did the wrong thing there. That one there is going to be move, which is N, not M, to the roof, and then hide. And I think I'll do the sniper team as well, actually. So I'll get the sniper team up on this roof here. So I'll just go and get them also to move. Oh, hang on, I have to dismount them because they're in control of the vehicle. I think I can do that. I forget exactly how to actually do all this stuff. So if I go into because I'm going to need to get Overwatch into here, so I need to get better vision. So having all of these guys on this roof will certainly help us. So we will dismount. So that's now going to be a dismount. Then we're going to move them across. So N. Yeah, now I can do it. Roof, hide, and G. We're going to be looking out this way. That will take G. Oh, it's doing it from this angle here. So let's just get them again. Oh, look, I'll let them do their thing. So they're moving in. This guy is fine where he is, so he'll just keep on sort of firing at what we're seeing through there. And then we've got this one as well, who is the actual vehicle itself. I'll just pause. Now, if I go back into special, I have a pause menu there just for a few seconds. Let's give them 15 seconds to get out of the vehicle, and then we'll actually move down into here. So we'll just go back into move. And then just G that way. All right, okay, that will do us. We don't have to really worry about these guys anymore. So we've already got the respond to ambush has now been settled. So we've done that bit of it. Let's watch and see what actually happens. Will we spot this other group now? That will be interesting to see. So there's a lot going on. They're getting out. They're all getting out as well. Now there's a whole penetration there with that other one that just had the machine gun. They're still firing from back over here. That's interesting. Front hull hit, doesn't matter. Seeing more units back over this way as well. We'll have a look at that when we finish this round. Commander is on the roof. He'll be able to start spotting very effectively. So we should start to be able to see things much more clearly once these guys are up on this roof. The realism in this is just incredible. Like, it's just amazing. Come on, guys, get on the roof. Go on around the front. In you go, in you go. They're not quite up there yet. So, we didn't sort of see much. We still didn't spot what happened there, but we did actually see certain things being taken out from this other side. So we're sort of half aware that there's still insurgents back over this other side, and we're seeing a lot more over here now. Let's just go back and watch from this perspective. We'll just start playing, but I'll actually just start to zip forward. They're getting penetration hits there. Still going. We're seeing the technicals back over here, which we'll have a look at in just a minute as well. Just keep on pushing forward. There we go. That's crew members. They're out of there. Let's just keep on moving forward here. We've missed this group over here now. It's been blown up, and we've missed the team there. So we'll go across this side now, and we'll just go back and watch the action. There were different groups in through this other side. We'll just move back and just move forward again. So an unknown technical down in this other side. These have now all been blown up. Now we're spotting this one. This one has got just a machine gun. Firing back at our guys. There'll be then action coming back in the other way. Yep, front hull hit. Again, these sorts of things aren't going to hurt us much. Okay, that's now been destroyed. We should start to see the actual crew members as well. There we go. We don't know, much if this is still it can be still active. Yeah, there's one guy on the ground that we saw get out of the vehicle. We've still got more of these guys, which are now trying to run away. So we've still got 20 minutes in terms of the game to see what we can actually then go and do. But yeah, very, very detailed. There we go. So we still have an RPG over here that we have to sort of somehow find. That vehicle there is still hidden away. We think that may not be the case. All of these vehicles have now moved away. This one's still panicking. Let's just keep on going back in. So this Humvee has been abandoned at this stage. We get this special group up this other side. Now they're I'm just going to go and cancel that last order that they've got. If I just go backspace, yeah, that should be okay, and we'll just go back to move again. Oops, hang on. Oh, still in the review the action phase. Right, now we can do it. I'm just going to go and they're facing this way the whole time, and I did that run incorrectly. I pressed the G. I'm just going to go and just do backspace. They're still doing it. Anyway, let's just go and move up to the top. This building, go onto the roof, and then hide. And we're then going to press that one and press G to look out this side. So all of these guys should then be able to sort of start to spot. This one here is coming up to hide as well. This one's already hidden, but he's looking out. You can see there he's now trying to spot. So he's spotting from the roof, which is great. These three here will then be firing with their machine guns. And we'll try to get the sniper on the roof there just to start to take out individual units. But we do need to try to find this other unit. So these are all in a good position now. No damage done, I don't think, if we have a quick look and see. Yep, no problem there, no problem there, and no problem there, except that they've buttoned themselves back up again. So let's just go and unbutton. Open up. That's going to give us more spotting as well. So let's open this one up and just sort of see what happens with these guys. Come on, at least run upstairs. There we go, open again. Not seeing any action heading back our way. Still concerned, really concerned about this one over here. We're now starting to spot. Now if I go and, like this will now be reported to the others. If I go and click on that unit, he can't see anything, but he has spotted something else over here. Just people. So he's not seeing much else other than what we're seeing there. That spotter is seeing those. This sniper team will start to fire. Actually, if I unhide them, I can give them targets now into this different area. So we should start to see, now we still haven't spotted this one in here. Over time we'll see more and more of what's actually going on. So that's actually nothing really happened that round. What we could do is actually hit the compound from this angle. Like we've still got these guys on this other side. We now have Overwatch with the sniper. So I'll just go and, if I deselect the sniper, we'll then sort of see everything that we sort of are aware of. So that's actually fine. If I just go and press 7 again, I can then sort of look down on the actual battlefield. So we still actually have this little group, but it may be that the technical that was there has been taken out. We just don't know. And we still don't know what's happening in here. Now the compound has only got one way in, which is this front entrance. So we will have to be careful moving up against that RPG. So I'll just move down to say level 3 again. So this is our team. Yeah, I think I'll still just keep everyone back up the top here. Now this one is, at this point in time, is not really targeting anything. I'm just going to go and give it orders to check out all of these things. If I go back to combat, actually I'll just end what we're doing there. I'm going to do a target arc, just so that it will actually start to look for targets all the way out from here through to grab the other section through here as well. So I'll just let that be the target arc for its combat. So we will look for targets out in that range. That will be fine. So it's the hiding won't be a big problem for it. The other two will be hiding away. So these will now just be spotting. These guys, I'm going to keep them there. We've still got 20 minutes to actually get into the compound. So we don't have to rush this. Let's just keep on seeing if we can spot for at least one more phase, maybe even 2. So the snipers are getting together. Sniper rifle. So we're now reporting back on other units. Hasn't taken any shots yet. Or did he take a shot?
Enemy infantry sighted.
Don't know if he did. Hang on, I'll just go back. He seems to take a shot there, does he? No, he loses sight of the target. Still seeing units at the far back end there. Just watch these as they... So the sniper team is aware of this group. No, lost sight of that one, lost sight of that one. So these are hiding. So got 9 seconds. If I just deselect, we can then at least sort of see what everyone is seeing. And we haven't seen anything here with that other technical at all. We're not got any smoke coming from there, so we don't know if it's been blown up or not. Let's keep that one where that is. We haven't told these others to look anywhere else. I do want to have them sort of spotting everywhere, just in case there's any insurgents behind us. Okay, let's do one more phase where we just sit back and watch, just in case there's more movement. There we go, we're firing every so often. So they're helping each other.
Enemy infantry ahead.
That may have been a technical at the back there. Let's just go back and have another look when we do get something. I know it's just people moving. It's not... I think the other technical has probably sort of gotten away. So we've still got shots hitting this one, I think. I think that's all it actually is. Yep, that's all it is. We still think there's someone inside the compound. There we go. They took a shot. I must say I love having such a small platoon to look after rather than anything too big. It makes it really personal in terms of being able to see what's going on here. It's all very one-sided now with our attack, and our goal is not to push, not to push too hard. Actually, we should have had the other other people coming in at this stage. Let's just see if have they arrived. Yeah, they have. Okay, we've got all this group. I completely forgot about them. I think they came about 7 minutes ago. So we have all of these. I completely forgot. If I again, if I go back to the shortcuts, I can then sort of see what we're dealing with here. So these are actually different again. So these are coming in on the BTRs. So we do actually have these different groups. So so we've got Alt Coco saying, love the stream family. That's cool. Check link spam above. Where was that? Spamming links now. Sorry about this. Yep, okay, I'll get rid of that one. Just bear with me, guys. I've got to Alt tab out to do this. So we'll do a ban there. Okay, I think that's the only one that we had. Yeah, thanks, guys, for doing the Alt. If you do the @daz tactic, it beeps at me, so at least I can then hear what's going on. Actually, I'll just move up I hope it hasn't been too loud. I've had the sound down a little bit on my computer, so hopefully it won't be too much. Anyway, let's keep on going. Should do it up a little bit. I'll just get the mixer down a little bit. Hang on, just bear with me. I don't know if the sound has been balanced or not. Something I should have checked before I started. Anyway, these guys, these BTR guys, are another sort of group. So we've got like a group with RPGs, anti-tank rockets, etc., etc. So these are actually the Syrian forces that are coming through, like the friendly Syrian forces for us. So I'm just going to click on done, and we'll just get these guys now. So if I go and double click those, I get all of them. I'll speed them up along towards the compound. We might as well use them as bait, I guess, to a degree. We are in a good position up through here. So I'm going to race them up. We probably won't go in ourselves anyway, but let's just go and race them up to, say, this position here. So we'll just go into B and then make it so that it goes fast to that point, and then we'll go hunting with everything at this stage. We'll then go into special, open up, just make sure that they're actually opened up, and then we'll go into hunt. So that's going to be U, and we'll just start to sort of hunt along the road till we get to, say, here, and then we'll start to sort of then look at the compound. It's going to take them a little bit of time to get there, so we might as well just stay where we are for another turn. These guys, I think, are sniping well.
Enemy infantry ahead.
We still haven't seen the group that's in here. We're sort of half aware of them. They didn't seem to have any RPGs when we looked at them the first time. There's forces out here which will be damaged. We're still not seeing any sign of the technical that was actually out this other side. I think it's been taken out. We might get these Humvees across the road now as well. Actually, while this is happening, we're still there's still actually action going on. So we do have good overwatch from these American forces, and so we'll send the Syrians into the actual compound. I mean, that was their job, I think. If we have a quick look and see, so they've not moved all that far down the road. The BTR, if we have a quick look at the armour, much less. They do actually have effective defences from the front, which is actually all we need to worry about. And but they really are so much less than what the American forces with their Humvees are. So they're going to be in a bit of trouble in through this other side. Yeah, I love this this mode where we've got like small forces. I think I'll just keep on. We've still got so much time in this, so let's just keep it sort of rolling forward here. And give commands. I don't need to do anything else. We'll just keep on watching and just destroying as we go. I'll wait for these Syrian forces, Syrian friendly forces to reach us. There's not much. It's going to be the compound that's going to be the next interesting thing, I think. Just got to hope that we don't have that there's no IEDs on the way in or anything like this. There we go, we're seeing another unit at the back. This unit keeps on being spotted. I don't have anyone to spot just yet. need to see inside. I think I'll actually wait for these guys to arrive. Here they come. There's only one more turn and then they sort of do what they have to do, so let's just do that again. I now have this one as well. I might be able to bring this one back up into the other side of the berm again. So we do have control over these forces. And there's no one out here that we have to worry ourselves with. I think we would have spotted them from the roofs. So we'll get them hunting. Oh, there we go. Again, front hull hit. Where? Looks like from this building again. Okay, so we actually do have a little bit going on there. I'll just go and end the turn. Still got 15 minutes. So they're now in hunt mode, looking for targets. Everything is coming back from this other side. So what I think I'll do is I'll just start to move them towards the compound. Now they are still opened up. You can see they don't have anywhere near the protection that we had there before, but I do want them to spot. Let's just do this one as well. Hunt towards that compound. They will stop when they see something with the hunt command. I'll just do you again and is that it? Yeah, it's only the 3. Now the groups that we have inside here, we do actually have like a rifle team, headquarters platoon there as well. Again with a lot of different forces, but we'll just sort of creep on in. We should be able to get good enough overwatch there. We're just not spotting this unit back in here. Let's just watch it from here. I don't think doesn't seem to be any actual watch from these guys again. Let's just end our phase here. When they spot something, they will target it. So at least the frontal armour against small arms fire is not going to be such a trouble. There we go. So they're definitely coming from that building. I don't know why our guys spotting haven't seen that. There we go. We're starting to now pick them up. Not seeing any RPGs. We're still opened up. We might have to button down, I think. Actually, they've already done that themselves. Once they start taking fire, they'll just... There we go. So we're now seeing the group that's inside here. They're now suppressed. All right, I think we'll move one of the teams up inside the compound. So they have to go through this front area, I think. But let's go and move this one up. So we'll just go and click on done. And I'm just going to get them to move. So just end. They're going to move slowly up to here. And then we'll dismount the team that's inside there. So if I just go back into here and I just get them to then in. Down into this phase, so they'll dismount. I think that they'll dismount when they get there, I hope. And these ones here, I'm just going to get them to also just move up slowly to this position here. But I'll keep this one back in reserve. Actually, I'll move that one all the way up. And we haven't seen anything on across the other side yet. So I think that other technical that was there has actually made an escape. I'll keep the American forces back. They will spot better. Maybe we'll move these vehicles up, so I can sort of just go and grab these and just get them to move towards this as well. So we'll just move in towards the compound a little bit here, but we want these Syrian forces to be the ones that actually take it. So we'll end our turn there. 2 groups in there. Interesting. They must be suppressed with the BTR fire. If we spot them, the snipers should be able to start to help take them out from that roof. Aha. So we're aware of another technical back over there. These ones should help spot a lot. Here we go. They're okay. They will take cover automatically. Come on, guys. A lot of fire from in here. We've got a command group in there as well. Let's just pause that for a second and have a quick look and see. Is the sniper aware of them? Yes, he is. You can see there he's actually now aiming. And so he's now looking into the compound to try to take these out. So he's aware of this one down in here, and we can start to sort of see what they've got. This got bullets at this stage. Don't know what that lava is there. And so we've got a command team in here as well, which we're now aware of. Just small arms and small arms. So it's going to be mainly these guys here that will now have the trouble with them. So they're now rattled and pinned, but that's okay. At least they're sort of in behind this this wall. So they're just looking after themselves. No one's actually damaged, but they are cowering. This group, I think I'll keep them inside until we actually deal with this particular group inside this building. There'll probably be others in there as well, I would think. Actually, I might take them out. Let's go and get them off. So this is, we've still got 2 seconds. So let's just go and undo that. Okay, that's now done. So we'll just get these moving across into this area. And what I might do is I might just get them to see if, I think that they can just climb over this wall, but I don't think I want to do that until we actually have dealt with this particular group. Again, they're not aware of anything in there. This one here is aware sort of that there's something that side, and this one at the back through here is also vaguely aware. What we can do is fire if we wanted to. I think we can actually just go and target a building. Yeah, area target. Spotter is hull down. That's okay. We'll just target these windows. So we'll just go and put a lot of firepower down on that particular building, and we'll get this one to target the other building. Did that one work? No, it didn't. No aim point. We do actually have a target there. I'll let it do that one as well. In the meantime, we'll just keep these American cars moving up. As we take on the compound. And we'll just check and see what the sniper can see. Yeah, they are aiming. They're definitely aiming into the building. So they are looking at these groups, and they can see everything, I think. So if we go into the actual sniper, no, they can only see one. They're seeing this guy in here. So we do actually have the height to be able to try to take this guy out. And that should get them running at some point as well. Let's just see what actually happens this time. And turn there. Yep, so we're now putting suppressing fire down. There's another group there as well. Making it very uncomfortable for them. Now they haven't taken any damage, so then I'm going to start to check and see what else they can see. I'm sure there'll be something back in here that'd have to be. There's a bit of fire coming back, but I think it's just ricochets. They're now firing at the units that they can spot. Bang, in we go with some RPGs. These have now come good as well. Alright, so that's all good. The American forces still haven't really sort of found much. They can't really sort of see this other compound as such. I think we'll move them right up now, so they can actually sort of see across here. So I'll just go to N just to move up to there. And I might target this one once we actually get here. So I'll just get that one and then we'll just go back into target mode. So that way we'll just pepper that with bullets. I just can't see it not being occupied. We should be able to look down into the compound from that building that we're in, but it's not very tall. So let's just keep on going back in here. Might start to move this one up as well. So just move up with the others. And then G to face that way. They're targeting that one anyway. We'll just keep that one going. They've got heaps of bullets, so really there's no drama with them just firing at these buildings. So we'll just keep that going for a little bit longer. That should get good suppression. Again, our sniper should be able to take out the others from this rooftop. It's not aware of it anymore. These guys are hiding, I think. I think they're cowering. Yeah, so they're cowering, and then the guys in here we're not seeing either. So we're not seeing what's going on there. There's a bit of smoke that's been popped. Still firing back. There we go. They're still operating. Commander and AKM back in there. They are pinned. And these ones we don't know. Actually, these are just bullets hitting the ground. And ricochets hitting the ground. But every bullet is modelled in the game. Which is really cool. Okay, one of them's down. Shit, that was one of ours. Was it? It was one of ours. And we do now have other units in here. We thought that might be the case. Alright, so we did actually lose this one. Let's get you and watch what actually happened there. Fires. See the ricochet is going all the way out. This is the JTAC team. Not good, guys, not good. There must be an RPG in here. So around here. There we are. So it came from here. Let's have a look and see. So they're inside there. So there was an RPG. Yep, RPG coming through. So this one, we don't have any real defense against the RPGs. So unfortunately, this whole JTAC team, I think, will suffer here. Yeah, two down. Yep, they're all down as well. Now we are putting suppressing fire down there. We'll have to do suppressing fire this way as well. That's not a good thing at all for our campaign. We have to be very, very careful of our forces. Still have to just keep this one going, but I'm going to. I don't think there's any. They're not really a threat anymore. Like if we have a quick look and see what's going on, this particular group here is down to just a single unit. That one we don't know about. Let's just end our replay. So definitely need to go and get the. Now, if we have again a look at the armor, we don't against these RPGs. We don't really have a real lot. So I'm going to go and tell them that they've got to target this building. So just target. Actually, we can sort of. Can we target the actual units themselves? No, it's got to be the building. This one here is targeting it as well. Anyway, I might just tell them to also just face that way if we can. No, I can't do it. No, that's okay. Damn, that was not good. I'll just keep everything going for a little bit longer. We've still got 11 minutes in this scenario. I see them. There's only one unit left there. It does have an SVD. That's been basically destroyed. Nothing firing back here. I should have fired at that as we started to move in. I didn't think I thought we'd be safe out there, but we're not. I thought these guys would cop it before we did. So they're now struggling. If we just go back in and have a look at from this perspective, they now can see the actual unit. So the unit that's actually in there is now can be targeted, I think. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, they're both targeting that one. All right, let's just go and click on done and see if we can target this actual unit. But I'm not seeing it there. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's given up. Okay, so he's surrendered. So we can't target him. Like if I go and try to target him, I can only target the area. Enemy target. Spotter is partially held down. I don't think I can actually. There's still the building. I think I'll keep the suppression on the building. This one in here as well. We don't know exactly what they're doing. I'm going to start to move these forces in. So I'm just going to go and get these guys to start to... I'll get them to sneak over the top, just so we're inside the compound to start with. So if I'll just go to move into there. I don't know if they have to go all the way around. I think I can just climb over. And I will actually move this one in now as well. So we'll now just go into move into the actual compound. So we'll just move across to there and then back in as well, into there and then across to here, and then at that point G, and we'll just look down sort of towards this area. I don't think like if there's anything, there may be stuff on the inside, but we should be able to see all of this now. All right, that'll do us. Everything else is sort of still operating. I think what we'll do is I don't know whether I should just keep on firing there. Like, he has given up, so I'll cancel that order. So I just target and then right click, I think, or was it target? Forget how to end these. Oh, clear target. There we go. Clear target. Still got units at the way at the back there as well. Driver and gunner. And then back in here we've got another gunner, which is they're still this one's out, but this one is actually still suppressed at this point in time. So I'll keep the suppression happening there. Let's just see what happens this round. Yep, they can cross straight over. They've been destroyed. Still units in there. And keep these down where they are. They can just give support. While we can see information. Cowering. Okay, they're ready for an assault, I think. So we'll still 30 seconds here. Very hard for us to dislodge these. Still units over there. They are being hit. There are units firing back every so often. Bang, it's gone. Okay, I think we're ready. So let's go and now assault with these into this particular building. So we'll start to yeah, I'll get things going for a little bit. So if we just go and go back into this mode, that's targeting the building. This one is not. It will just target what it can see. That one's not targeting anything just yet. These guys are just here with Overwatch, which is fine. So we'll get this one running in. So we're going to go in with this guy here to in movement to assault this building. So we'll just go in and assault, and we'll go all the way up to the level 2, which is where we think that there was somebody in there. So they can do that one, and we'll go and use these guys to assault the other one. So assault this building here. Let's get to level 1. Alright, so they can start to rush across now. This one here, while they're doing the assault, I don't want them any friendly fire. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go into special and just going to pause for say 15 seconds, and then we'll go back in and clear the target. Actually, it looks like it does it automatically anyway. Okay, it does it right from the start. That's okay. I'll just keep them sort of so that they can just keep on supporting the attack if it does actually happen. So let's go and end our turn here. Up you get, guys. In you go. While they're suppressed. I think these guys are still a little bit... Still seeing units, which is okay. Got 2 units going in there. They're okay. They are green. They're staying back. They're going to keep on leapfrogging as they go back in. So that will then bring the others up. I love this. I love how this game does this. So they've moved into position, then calling these guys forward. So they're going to keep on leapfrogging until they can get inside the building. Now, might as well just keep this thing going. We're not seeing anything else from from out this other side. Should be the final little phase of what we're doing. We may have to assault this. What I'll do is I'll wait for this round. We've still got 8 minutes to go in this particular mission. I will just move this one down into the compound as well. So we'll just go in and just press N and start to move. And then we'll rush down and take this building. I don't want to run over these guys. In they go. So there's still someone in here, I think. So we've got the burning building. Here comes the next group. Not seeing anyone just yet. Yep, that's clear. There's units way back over there. We're going with the headquarters group down to this other side then. So we'll just go and move all the way down. To there, and then we'll get the headquarters that are in here. And tell them to assault. Been shot up pretty badly. Alright, these are coming in. What we might do is move these guys to the roof. And these have now taken it as well, so we'll just go N roof. Just so we've got like a bit of overwatch there as well. That's one of the taller buildings around the place. So we're miles away over here. Our group is still just sitting there watching, so we've still got overwatch there. But this is now where the action actually is. So let's see how we go. We haven't taken it yet, so it's as if there's somebody else that we have to go and deal with. Must be this one. The headquarters group is large. No one firing at us. So again, they'll just get ready for the assault. Only a few seconds to go. Done. I can just keep on going in there. There's not really anything else in here, so I think we've sort of done it. Let's just wind the clock down. We're in the burning building. No dramas. Now we definitely have taken the compound, so there's nothing else left to do here. I'll just run the clock all the way down, so we'll just speed things up as we start to sort of see things happening. The sun is starting to set now. Done. There we go, and we'll just run the clock all the way down. So we don't have much more to go. sun has set. To the end of a successful operation, sort of. It's a shame about losing this team. Last few seconds. This should give us the end of the end of what we're doing. There we go. Total victory. Okay, that's good. And so the unconventional forces did fail. So we did secure the targets, and we can see there we've got 150 points. From our side, we've got 48 men were okay, 10 men were killed. Actually, that's well, of course, we had the other vehicles as well. So we lost the other vehicles that were lost were 8, 2 men wounded, but unfortunately, we did lose that JTAC team. So I won't worry about reviewing the map. 11 men were okay from the insurgents, 13 were killed, 10 men were wounded, 4 men are missing, 5 vehicles were lost. So they did get a few of their vehicles away. We'll just end it. So I'll just save that one. Okay, so again we just go and click on OK. And just we'll watch the, I've run out of time, but let's just watch the start of the next phase and just to see what this next one will be. I won't read too much about what's going on through here. So we've got a lot of different things we now need to do. If we go and look at the tactical map here. So we've got minefields, we've got all sorts of different stuff in through there. So we've got east, up west, we just have to touch these spots. Then we've got pickups, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then an exit. So we've got minefields to navigate. We'll just go and click on OK. So I'm not sure if or when I'll be playing this one again next time, but this is now a very, very different looking thing. So do we have our full contingent again? So this is the we've still got the Humvee, but we don't actually have the crew. Oh, hang on, no, they've been dismounted. So we've actually dismounted at this location. So we've still got the sniper team driving this one along with the spotters. We've got another, that's the fire support team. So what's this one here? That's the JTAC team. So we do actually have them back. These were the guys that, so these must be new. They're still elite. It's interesting that we've sort of somehow got them back as elite. I thought we would have had less coming back into this one, and another fire support. It must just be coming from the actual group itself. So we're aware of tanks and things. So we've got op west. We need to get into these spots. So this one here would be about getting into locations where we have armor back over this other side. So it's going to be an infiltration type mission, and it is night time. So yeah, we've got sort of we're aware of different groups and units that are back in through this other side here as well. So again, it's very, very different type of combat than what we sort of find in the World War II style. This is much more about just getting into locations, I guess, ready for assaults. So we do need to go and touch down on in these op east and op west. So we need to control these areas, and I think we then just need to spot down into this other side with the forward observers. So the idea here is not to assault this, but just to be able to. So we need to assault these. Anyway, I won't keep on playing. So yeah, Stuffy McGee saying it's kind of wild that the AI hasn't surrendered yet. Yeah, no, it is strange actually. It was strange. I don't know why, because I really thought with that last unit out of the compound that would be the end of it. I guess because they still actually had a fair few men on the map, and we weren't chasing them down; they were escaping. So they've escaped to here, I guess. So this is now the next phase, just for our small group. I'm going to say I love having just a small platoon to manage. It's really, really cool. Now, I don't know if there was other things coming. I think it's just, for us in this one, it is literally just our one team that we have. So, yeah, so this is, yeah, very, very cool the way it does work. I guess I can always just go and place these guys back into the vehicles. Actually, I've got that one there. If I just go back into mount, if I go to special, no, that's not it. Yeah, it'll change to there where they can run back to this vehicle. Not that we really need it. We've only got one unit there with that particular one. Anyway, I'm not going to be playing this one, but there's maybe the JTAC team could end up, because they're on foot at the moment, which will give them better spotting, but they've got night vision and binoculars. Anyway, look, I won't keep on playing, but I got to say, for me. I hope that they make a lot more of these tiny campaigns and tiny maps. This is my ideal way of playing the game. I sort of always want to try to get down, like, distill the actual main games, like the random games, down to just small forces like this. And it's great to actually have a whole battle kit now of things we can do to play with this, which is fantastic. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching. I'll be back here again in 2 or 3 days, I think, to play some other games. So I don't have anything else planned with Combat Mission, but yeah, it's a great game. Anyway, I'll catch you guys around. Thanks for watching.